This video is all about the interface of Meeting Pro. You will learn about the main features of the Meeting Pro interface and also how to modify the interface to best suit your room setup. When you have Meeting Pro installed on the PC attached to your smartboard, it will most likely be set to run automatically when the PC is booted up. This means the smartboard and the pens will be ready to use straight away. When Meeting Pro is running, there are two main interface areas. The first is the sidebar. This contains three areas. The icons at the top control what you see on the screen. The first option shows your desktop so you can work with your programs and files. The second opens the whiteboard, which is always running in the background when Meeting Pro is open. Here you can pick up the pens and make notes really easily. Switching back to the desktop is easy, and note that the contents of the whiteboard always remain. The next icon down is called View Screens. If you are using Meeting Pro and other users are sharing their desktops, then they will appear here. If no screens are being shared but Bridget is running, then you will see this screen. We will be covering Bridget in detail in a later video. The next option is the Organizer. This shows you thumbnail views of all the whiteboard pages you have created, making it easy to find the correct page of a large whiteboard file. This tab shows you the open applications you have on your PC. To view a particular application, drag its thumbnail to a screen. If you are running Meeting Pro with multiple screens, then they will appear here. This means you can drag applications and whiteboard pages to specific screens. If you need to identify the numbering of screens, this button does the trick. The final icon here is Reset Room, which ends your meeting, saves files and gets the room ready for another meeting. We'll be covering more on that in a later video. The central set of icons on the toolbar are ink and capture tools. Here you can select specific pen types to work with or an eraser, and there is also a capture tool to take screenshots and save them to the whiteboard. When you switch to whiteboard mode, further icons become available, namely shapes, text and the gallery function. The bottom of the toolbar has controls for its appearance. You can move the toolbar to the other side of the screen like so. The collapse button hides the text labels for the icons to give you more screen real estate, and the plus sign toggles the labels back on. Finally, at the very bottom of the toolbar is a shortcut menu to common programs. These are the defaults, but you can add others, which we will cover in the video on settings and customization. The other part of the Meeting Pro interface is this top bar. Most functions here relate to the Bridget conferencing software, which integrates with Meeting Pro to allow remote participation in meetings. The Bridget video will cover this toolbar in much more detail. But if this top toolbar hides a part of the screen you want to get at, as here where it's hiding one of my browser tabs, then you can drag it with this handle to a more appropriate part of the screen. So this concludes our quick overview of the Meeting Pro interface. In the subsequent videos, we will be exploring the software in much more detail.